Hi, it's me again. Um, I saw an interesting post on Reddit the other day. Someone was asking on a clarinet forum, how do I structure my practicing? How do you plan your practicing so that you have like a daily schedule, a daily routine? And what are some ways that I can do that to get more structure in how I practice? And honestly, I love questions like that as a teacher and as a performer and freelancer. I think that topic is so important. And it's one of my favorite things to address with my students. So I thought today I would go over some things that I find super helpful when it comes to practicing. So the first thing that I find super helpful is having a planner. The planner that I like to use has a large calendar where I can see the whole month at one time, but it also has individual days that are organized into 15-minute time slots. So I can go through, plan out my day. So if I have rehearsal, or if I have students, or if I'm teaching at a school, I can block out exactly when I'm working, exactly when I have my students, exactly when I have rehearsal, and my estimated travel time, and then block in specific times that I plan on practicing. And sometimes, especially if I'm breaking up my practicing sessions throughout the entire day, I'll label them like practice session number 1 is going to be from this time to this time, practice session number 2 from this time to this time, etc., etc. In doing this, I don't have any questions about when I'm going to practice, what my day is going to be like. So it helps me to stick to a schedule. So planning out my full day really helps me to create some structure with my practicing. The second thing that I find super helpful is my practice notebook. So my practice notebook, my practice journal is literally just a blank notebook from the dollar store. You can actually buy practice journals online that are specific for different instruments or specific for like classical music practice. But I don't particularly do that. I like just having a blank notebook because it allows me to organize myself how I see fit and depending on what I have going on my schedule. So with this journal, I can just write down like the first page. I have like the repertoire that I'm working on. And then I just kind of plan out each day, like what my goals are, what I want to accomplish in the specific pieces, and and then I'll write as I go along, like what I worked on, thoughts that I had, things that I recognize. If I'm working to increase tempo or I'm working with a metronome, I'll write down the specific metronome markings that I'm working on. If something works super well, I'll write like, oh my gosh, do this again, this exercise, like, yes. Or if something I've been trying for a few weeks and it's something new, I might like take notes on it and be like, you know what, I've been at this for like 3 weeks and this technique is not working for me. So I need to change things. If I go and take a lesson with a teacher or go to a master class or something like that, I'll check, like, I'll take notes so that as I'm practicing or kind of like reviewing how my practicing has been going for myself, I can go back and read those notes. I will also plan out at the beginning of the week my goals, my general goals for the entire week. Let's see if I can find it. Here we are. So I write like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know if you can actually see this, but I'll write like what my goals are for each day. So Monday, I want to work on the first page of one of my solo pieces and then the first 3 pages of a different solo piece. I wanted to do serious score studying for another solo piece. And then I have like technical goals, working on my harmonic minor scales in fifths at chord note equals 82, and some articulation exercises. So I'll do that for every single day throughout the week. Lastly, something that really helps me to stay organized and to stay focused in terms of my practicing In my binder, I keep all of the music that I'm working on all of the time. So I have two binders that are different thicknesses. I actually have this great musician's binder that has arms that fold out. So you can actually have 6 pages across on a music stand without them falling or needing multiple stands. That's not this one, but it's a really cool binder. I love it. So I keep all of my material, my solo repertoire, my gig music, everything in a binder in one spot. So I never have to worry about like going to find that piece, going to find that thing that I was working on. It's everything is all together. So I know exactly what time I'm going to practice. I know exactly what I'm going to practice at those specific times on those specific days. And all my stuff is in one place so I can just sit down and make sure I get it done. That was my quick overview. I will try to post some photos or links to photos of how I structure my practice in the description below. And I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I love talking about practicing. I love talking about how to practice. It's one of my favorite things. Um, as you can see, I'm very excited. So, yeah, leave a comment, click subscribe, do the thing. And if you love the clarinet nerdiness and you want a little more like classical music clarinetness in your life, consider subscribing to my Patreon. Stay tuned. I'm running a new series that I'll launch in the new year called Yeah, I'll Play That. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. See ya.